I don't know. I'm at that point. I guess I'm just. It's just bothering me a while now. I be thinking about her all the time, and like I can't even focus. I am in college, and so I'm like in college, and I'm like I can't even focus. I'm just thinking. I talk to other girls. I've been hanging out with other girls. Another girl came over last night too, and I just couldn't. I couldn't do nothing with the other girl. I was just. I guess you can say like I don't know. It was weird. I couldn't do anything to that girl. I just took her. I took that girl home. But I sent her an Uber and they picked her up, and I was just like, "What the hell's going on?" You know, this hasn't happened to me in a while. Oh, I don't know. And yeah, this is weird. I don't know what to do. And yeah, that's my situation so far.
Did you hear the previous call I did at all?
Yeah, I was listening to the previous call. Yeah,
So a little bit similar, right? I mean, at this point, you're. It's all about the ego, right? Because now you invested, and this girl disrespected you, and within your ego, you're trying to figure out, oh, if only I did this and only I did that and all this stuff, right? But the truth is that you can't force someone to respect you, man, you know? And for you to go back and try to go do all that logic stuff and tell her all this stuff, it doesn't accomplish anything. That's all for you. That's all for you, man. No, it's not for her. You know, she won't necessarily like you more or less for doing that. If anything, you're just gonna cave to your principle and basically not have a backbone because she disrespected you and you're just gonna allow it. So in reality, yeah, I mean, you're obsessed with it probably because of your ego investment. It's the power of idealization of the male brain, man. I'm telling you, it's a very, very powerful, very potent drug.
yeah,
Right? Because when you idealize someone to the point and you build them up in your head, it happens slowly. You know, it slowly happens. And now, as a guy, you don't want to lose. It's very hard for you to take that loss and accept that it's over fully and that you messed up and that it cannot be the same based on what you do. Because guys always want to solve all their problems by doing something. You always want to feel like, oh, I can do something to fix it. When it comes to women, it's the opposite. The less you do, a lot of times, the better it is. Because the more you do, all you're doing is putting yourself in a position where, oh, I'll do anything for you at this point. Anything. And at some point, you just got to decide, rip the Band-Aid off and stick by it no matter what. That's the real thing to do. That's what a real man has to do sometimes. It's not easy, by the way, at all. And a lot of people, especially in an overly emotional world like we live today, people are going to tell you, oh, that just means you truly love her and love knows no bounds and all this bull. You know, no, man, none of that. Okay. The truth is, man, you can't be loved by someone that doesn't respect you. Women show love through respect. So if they're going to do some crazy stuff and not tell you, not want to invite you, and then, I mean, you made the mistake of inviting yourself when you know you shouldn't have done that either. And all, you know, when you're not wanted by them, man, like you have to just accept in your heart that you cannot ever be like someone that doesn't want you. You can try to make up a story in your head about how, oh, if I only had changed this little thing, if I had done this, if I had done that. You can tell yourself all those things, man, but it doesn't matter because she does not like you as much as you like her. And you very well know as a man that it does not matter. If she doesn't like you more, it's never going to work. And at some point, you just got to accept that. And it's very hard to accept this, but eventually you get to that point where you can. And caving will not do anything. It's just going to make you feel worse. It's going to make you feel like less of a man. If anything, the only thing that's going to make you feel like a real man is like being able to have this feeling and still knowing what the right thing to do is anyway, and not caving. That's what makes you feel like a real man long term. Because you know deep down that's not going to work.
What does caving mean?
Caving as in like caving into the emotion, like giving up, giving in to the feeling.
Oh.
Like, you know, like allowing that feeling to take over your mind and then doing something stupid that you know you're going to regret anyway. Like if only I did a little more for her, you know? Oh, maybe if I just do this one more thing. Maybe if I prove to her that I will do this, that she will love me. That type of
Yeah.
doesn't work that way. And I know you know this. I know you know that's the reality. So yeah, you want to do certain things, but that's those things that you want to do in your head. You're doing that for yourself. It's not going to change her opinion. And you know this on some level. That's why you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An excuse, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you're giving her an excuse in your mind because you want to feel that there's a chance and you've invested so much and you really want that connection to exist. And because of some ideal thing that you've created in your mind. And sometimes you gotta live with that, man, and be okay and know forever that it's just an ideal. Eventually it'll go away.
Yeah.
It sucks, but
I mean,
it's not easy. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's easy to deal with this. Every man on earth at some point will deal with this, man. But what defines you as a man is how you move forward from this. That's what defines if you're a real man, strong man, or a weak man. And that's dominance over the emotional mind and the idealistic creation that you create. That's what makes you a real man, is accepting the reality instead of going into some fantasy that you created on your own because of what, I don't know. Maybe it's trauma related. Maybe it's something to do with the way you were raised. Maybe it's some sort of idealism that you cling to from even before that girl existed, right? But ego, it could be a lot of different reasons for it, right? But the only way to move forward is to dominate that feeling and not cave into it, because you know, once you understand the reality that you being submissive to a woman will not make her more attracted to you, sorry. You going and chasing a little bit more won't change anything. Right? When you realize these things, it's all you. You realize that you created it. She doesn't like you that much. She likes you a little bit, right? But doesn't like you that much.
Yeah.
And that's okay, man. That's okay, man. Whatever. Sometimes you take the L in life as a man. The best thing you can do, though, the best thing about being a man is you can take this L and you can become way better as a result. Way better. But you have to learn to channel this in a way that can give you that ultimate motivation to never have to deal with this ever again. You have to use it as energy to become very strong, right? Use it as a motivator to become so good that this can never happen to you. That's what you have to do.
Like, see the red flags beforehand, I guess.
Yes, you're going to recognize all these things now. You're going to be more careful. And you still might get a little bit trapped, but you'll never get this trapped again because you'll realize how this works. Okay, we're not designed as men to be submissive, my friend. And when we allow ourselves into that sort of position, it eats us alive that we can get, you know, used and abused like that. Like, where were we? What happened? What did I do wrong? You know, you start to feel bad for yourself. It's all just a trap that you get yourself into mentally, right? But realistically, once you recognize the fact that you created this whole thing, you created all of it, you had a relationship with someone that's not even necessarily the person that they actually are. It's a person that you created in your mind. Once you realize all these things, then it's easier to deal with the reality. Feel me?
Yeah.
It's deep, man. It's deep, but this is what is required to. This is what's required, like I said, to grow. These are the type of situations that make like boys men. These exact situations will turn boys into men. And every man that has ever become anything will tell you a story similar to the one you just told me. You just have to pick now where you're going to go. Are you going to sit there and be pissed forever? No, you're going to feel some emotions a little bit, and then you're going to eventually get infinitely better from this point forward, and you're going to use this as growth. That's what you're going to do. You're not going to sit around forever. Yeah, you'll be sad for a little bit, and then you're going to be a lot better off. We all go through this.
And then, like, what do you think? Do you think, like, I should be talking to other girls still, or should I not?
You should talk to them. You don't have to go all the way with them, but talk to them, you know, like make it easier for yourself. Give yourself the feeling of abundance, you know, don't just put yourself there in solidarity and force yourself to suffer in the worst way possible. I mean, yeah, if you really want to do that exercise, you can. But yeah, I mean, talk to the girls, man. You don't owe this girl anything. Don't tell yourself this stuff. You don't owe her. Okay. She made her choice. Now you have to walk away. And if she comes back, man, after disrespect, like I said, if you get to a point where you build yourself up so much that then they come back, man, and then at that point, you know, like hopefully you'll have the balls to say no. But it depends on what she did. If you don't have any evidence that she did anything horrible, then you don't have to make it so black and white. But don't give yourself an unnecessary string either, you know? Like cut it off. If she comes back to you and apologizes and does all this crazy stuff, whatever, at that point you can decide. In my opinion, I still would say no based on this out of principle now, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's about the respect, I guess. I mean, like, I don't know.
It's heavy, man. I know it's heavy, but you just have to.
Yeah.
You're gonna get through this, 100%. You're gonna get through it. Just don't allow yourself to don't feel sorry for yourself, man. This is something that, like I said, every man has to go through at some point. This is just what it's like when you take a chance on a girl and she gets you a little bit, and it doesn't work out. She starts disrespecting you, and you can feel there's a disconnect between yourself. You know that she's not doing what she's supposed to do, and you don't have respect, but you want her so bad, and it's just this is something that every man has to go through at some point.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like also like my self-esteem went down too after that, or after those days, and it's been affecting me pretty bad.
It's temporary, man. It's temporary.
Yeah.
It's temporary, man. Eventually, right now you'll feel a certain way because you feel like there's some sort of inadequacy that you start to question your own ability to some degree. This is very natural too, which is why it's not worth getting so, like, that's why I try to teach guys all the time to not do these things, to not get hyper invested in someone that doesn't reciprocate, to not idealize the girl, but to see her for how she is, just another human that goes to the bathroom just like you do, right? This is why I say all these things, because then it's easier to deal with the reality when you get to situations like this, right? But this is your lesson.
Yeah.
Accept them for who they are, love them for them, but don't fall in love deep for a person that doesn't even exist, that you created, of course, right?
Yeah.
It's an important lesson, man.
So now it's just stay calm, focus on myself, right?
Yeah, man. Exactly, man. Like I promised you, this is temporary, man. It is. Eventually you'll look back on this and you'll be thankful to some degree for this experience. But don't let it break you. Don't start telling yourself other things. See, a lot of guys have really bad self-talk after these type of things. They start saying like, "Oh, I'm never gonna trust a girl ever again," and all this. Try to avoid those things. I know they're natural in moments, but try to avoid that. You are the sole curator of your own experience. You created. You allow everything that happens to you. Outside, obviously, uncontrollable events and tragedy, of course, right? But in this scenario, most of the events that happen to us, we create or we allow to happen. Now, sometimes you don't have insight, you can't see it coming, so you get blindsided by it. But hey, this is part of learning, right? So eventually, man, you'll be way better off. You just have to believe in that concept and truly believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, then trust me blindly. Trust me blindly and know that what I'm telling you is absolute truth. And that I likely I'm telling you this because I know. There's got to be a reason I know. Has to be. Why would I be so confident?
So what I did is, you think I did good then? Just by ghosting her and
yeah, man, move on. Yeah.
Like that, not answering her, like, she said happy birthday and everything to me, not even answering her or nothing.
Nah, man. At some point, you gotta do stuff for you, man, not for her. Why is in your mind always why are you referencing it or allowing yourself to always make it about her? It's always about how she feels, what she wants to do. She said happy birthday to you. You have the right to respond or not respond. Sometimes you have to do it for you, man. For yourself, you have to do it. Give yourself a break. I don't want to deal with this girl anymore. She's making my life hell. It's okay to walk away. Sometimes you have to do it for yourself.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Pierre.
No worries, buddy. Right. Let me know how it goes.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.
Bye. If you like what you saw, subscribe to my channel and check out my website in the description to book a call. Thanks for watching.